Every day you'll meet people who think they know everything, those who argue not to understand, but to win. Socrates had a way of dealing with them. He didn't shout, he didn't boast. He asked questions, and slowly, calmly, he made them destroy their own arguments. This is the Socratic Method, a weapon of pure reason. The first question, what do you mean by that? It sounds simple, but it cuts deep. Most people argue with vague words. Good, bad, justice, freedom. When you ask them to define what they actually mean, they realize they never truly thought about it. The conversation shifts from emotion to clarity, and you've already taken control. The second question, how do you know that's true? Socrates used this like a dagger. It forces the other person to show evidence instead of relying on hearsay or pride. Most arguments collapse right here because people repeat what they've been told, not what they've verified. A Stoic seeks truth, not popularity, and truth doesn't need noise to prove itself. The third question, can you give me an example? This question exposes whether their claim survives contact with reality. Anyone can make grand statements. All men are greedy. Power always corrupts them, but when you ask for one clear example that supports their point, they either find one that's weak or none at all. The Stoic mind doesn't deal in generalizations. It demands precision. The fourth question, what would happen if everyone thought that way? This forces the mind to expand. It's not just about one opinion anymore. It's about consequences. Socrates knew that wisdom is seeing the bigger picture, not what feels right now, but what's right universally. A principle that falls apart when applied to everyone is not a principle worth defending. And the final question, could you be wrong? It's the most dangerous one. Not because it attacks the other person, but because it attacks the ego. Few have the humility to say yes, yet that single question reveals everything. It separates the wise from the foolish, the rational from the arrogant. The Stoics believed that admitting you could be wrong isn't weakness, it's strength, because truth doesn't fear examination, only lies do. The beauty of the Socratic method is that it turns every argument into a mirror. It forces the speaker to face their own reasoning, or lack of it. You don't need to raise your voice, you just need to raise your questions. So the next time someone tries to argue with emotion, remember you don't have to outshout them. You just have to outthink them. Ask calmly, listen deeply, and let their own contradictions reveal themselves. Because in the end, the loudest man in the room often loses, but the quiet one asking questions always wins.